The world stood still for a moment. IT wasn't a comeback announcement. IT wasn't a music teaser. IT wasn't a carefully crafted PR move. IT was just one raw, emotional sentence from Jungkook BTS, but it echoed louder than any stage performance he'd ever done. Why did this message feel so different? Why now? And what is Jungkook really trying to say? For months, Jungkook has been silent. And photos, and performances, and cryptic social media updates. Just the emptiness that comes with South Korea's strict military enlistment, a time when idols disappear into uniform and discipline, and fans are left clinging to memories. But then, without warning, Jungkook reached out. One sentence, one emotion, one world shaken. Was it comfort? Or was it a whisper of something he couldn't say aloud? I wish time would move faster. That's the kind of thing someone says when they're waiting to escape. When the present feels unbearable. When the future holds something they can't stop thinking about. Army started asking, is Jungkook okay? Is he struggling emotionally in the military? Or is he just desperate to return? Not to BTS, but to something else. Some fans took it as a sign of pure love. His deep, aching desire to be with ARMY again. To perform. To sing. To reunite. But others, reading between the lines, saw something more complex. Maybe even more painful. What if Jungkook isn't just missing fans? What if he's questioning what he'll return to, or who he'll return as? Jungkook is set to be discharged from military service in June 2025. And normally, that would mean a massive celebration, a countdown full of hope, teasers, and comeback plans. But this time, there's only uncertainty. HYB has remained silent.
No statements, no schedules.
No hints about a BTS group reunion. Even solo plans remain unspoken. And in that silence, this message hits different. Could it be that Jungkook is struggling with what his post-military identity will be? Will he go back to BTS? Or has the silence of military life awakened a different voice inside him? One that wants more independence, more freedom, more him. Across social media, the fandom is divided. Many are hopeful. He just misses us. He's counting down the days like we are, but others are worried. I'm scared he's trying to say goodbye in his own way. He didn't say he missed BTS, he said he missed US. And a darker theory emerges. What if he's emotionally exhausted? What if he doesn't want to come back to the industry at all? Some fans even point to pre-enlistment moments where Jungkook hinted at needing space, wanting growth, or questioning fame. Was he already preparing ARMY for this emotional distance? We often forget. Military service isn't just a break from fame. It's a complete transformation of lifestyle, identity, and inner perspective. Jungkook, who entered the industry as a teenage trainee, has never truly lived outside the public eye. He's never had time to ask himself the quiet questions. Who am I? What do I want? What happens if I walk away? The military may have given him the solitude to explore those questions, and that message on Weverse, it may be the first glimpse into his answer. What comes next? We know this. Jungkook will return. Physically. But emotionally, mentally, spiritually. We don't know who he'll be. He might come back with a powerful new solo vision. He might come back to a changed BTS. He might even come back, but then say goodbye, and the scariest possibility, he might never fully come back at all. I wish time would move faster. Some say it's just a longing, a countdown, a sweet gesture for fans. But others, especially those who've watched Jungkook grow from 15 to 27, know that when he speaks from the heart, there's always more behind the words. Maybe, just maybe, this was his way of saying, I miss who I was. I miss who you were. And I don't know who I'll be next. When I return, will I still belong to the same world? In K-pop, silence is never just silence. It's tension. It's transformation. It's a signal that something is building or unraveling. Jungkook's message, brief and emotional, was like a note struck in a quiet room. But it's what he didn't say that's fueling rumors now. No mention of BTS. No hints of group plans. Just a raw desire to escape the present and return to something or someone he misses deeply. And with every day that passes, fans aren't just counting down to Jungkook's return. They're bracing for the unknown. When Jungkook enlisted in December 2023, the K-pop landscape began to shift. New groups rose. Old controversies resurface. HYB faced internal criticism and shareholder pressure. The world Jungkook left is not the world he'll return to. Even BTS, as a brand, feels paused. Frozen in time. With members scattered across military service, solo careers, and personal paths, the once inseparable septet is now a constellation. Distant stars still orbiting one legacy. Can Jungkook truly return to that? Or will the pressures, the expectations, the machine waiting for him be too much? One of the most provocative theories among fans isn't about Jungkook. It's about HYB. Why hasn't the agency released a roadmap for BTS's 2025 comeback? Why did they delay Jungkook's lawsuit announcement until months after it was filed? Why does it feel like they're avoiding mentioning his name in current promotions? There's speculation HYB may be scrambling behind the scenes, not just to manage BTS's return, but to renegotiate contracts, reorganize branding, and possibly handle internal disagreement. Could Jungkook be at the center of that conflict? He's always been the golden magne, the label's most bankable solo star. But perhaps now, he's also its most unpredictable. Let's rewind to Jungkook's solo songs. In Still With You, he wrote of waiting and longing did I end my you. He whispered of vanishing memories and fragile love, standing next to you. He offered strength, but only in presence, never permanence, the time. These lyrics felt like love letters to ARMY. But now, they feel like a diary. A man confessing his quiet fear of being forgotten, or no longer belonging to the life he left behind. What if he is the one preparing for goodbye, and we just didn't hear it? Of course, not all theories are grim. Many fans believe this silence is intentional rebirth, that Jungkook is carefully crafting a new era, one beyond idols, beyond routines, beyond shadows. He may be preparing to return not as Jungkook of BTS, but as Jungkook, artist, storyteller, visionary. He's done it before. 7. 3D. And Standing Next to You showed he could dominate globally alone. What if this quiet time has been his chrysalis? What if the message on Weverse wasn't grief, but anticipation? I wish time would move faster, because what's coming is huge, but others aren't so optimistic. They've seen this before. Artists who return from military service changed, distant, disengaged. Not because they don't love their fans, but because they no longer love the system. What if Jungkook is building his goodbye, not immediately, not publicly, but slowly, by detaching emotionally, staying distant from the label, and preparing ARMY for a softer, less abrupt exit? Imagine this, a final solo album, a farewell documentary, a quiet fade from the stage, into private life, into film, into something no longer driven by spotlight. Would ARMY survive that? Would he, more than any other BTS member? Jungkook carries an unbearable burden. He is the youngest, expected to shine forever, the most versatile, expected to save every comeback, the global face, expected to lead the next generation of K-pop. But what if he's tired of being the golden magne? What if he wants to be human? This is what makes his message so haunting, so piercing. It wasn't a polished update. It wasn't a smile for the camera selfie. It was pain. And it may be the most honest thing he's shared in years. Let's break it down into possibilities. 1. Rebirth. Jungkook returns stronger than ever. New sound, new era. Maybe even a world tour before BTS reunites in 2026.2. Withdrawal. He returns quietly, keeps things low, avoids the media. Reconnects with fans slowly, or not at all. 3. Conflict. He butts heads with HYB behind closed doors. Delays his comeback. Possibly renegotiates his identity as an artist separate from the group. 4. Farewell. He delivers one last gift to ARMY, then chooses a new life away from the K-pop industry. All of these outcomes are on the table. None of them are guaranteed. And that's what makes this moment so powerful and so terrifying. Whatever happens, one thing remains true. Jungkook has always spoken through music, through silence, through feeling. He may not tell us everything, but he shows us everything. If we're brave enough to look beyond the words, So as June approaches, ARMY waits. Not just for Jungkook's return, but for who he'll be when he walks back into the spotlight, a star reborn, or a soul ready to walk away. We may not know until he says the next sentence, and this time, it might change everything.